Lesson 37. The end of another year's work. Jan, Pedro, Hob. Jan, we've been studying here together for nearly 3 years now, doesn't time fly? Pedro, yes. Another 6 months or so, and I shall be leaving Mr. Priestley. What are you thinking of doing when you leave, Jan? Jan, oh, I shall try to get a job in England, in an office, I expect, though I should hate it. Pedro, why, isn't that what you really want to do? Jan, no. I don't want that at all. Pedro, what would you like to do if you could please yourself? Jan, I should like to be a doctor. I have always wanted that ever since I left school. I had planned to go to a university to study medicine, but that is out of the question now. Pedro, how is that, if you don't mind my asking? Jan, oh, I don't mind at all. The fact of the matter is, my father died 3 years ago and I can never hope to have enough money to pay for a university course, unless I can sell my factory in England. Hob, what do you mean? Do you mean to say you own a factory in England? Jan, yes, worse luck. It happened like this. My father was an electrical engineer and he invented a new kind of electric lamp that would give more light than the old kind and use less current. He was doing very well with it in his own factory and then, about 5 years ago, an old friend of his, Anthony Bruton, an Englishman whom he had been with at Cambridge, suggested that they should go into partnership together and build a place in England. Hob, Anthony Bruton captained England at cricket against Australia, didn't he? I've heard my uncle Albert speak about him, he was a grand fellow. Pedro, Bruton lost his life when the Alcestis was shipwrecked. Jan, how did you know that? Pedro, I knew Bruton. I was on that ship too, but I'll tell you about that some other time. What about your factory, Jan? Jan, well, Bruton and my father sank all their capital in building a big factory. It's a beautiful place with about 4 square miles of land round it. The only disadvantage is that there is no railway or road near it. Pedro, but, good heavens, I should have thought that would have been the first thing they would see about. Jan, yes, they should have made sure of that, but Bruton had been told on what he thought was absolutely trustworthy authority that the railway company were going to build a line running just past the factory. Well, they didn't. Their plans were changed just about the time the factory was finished, and there it stands all complete but empty and lifeless, miles from anywhere. My father and Bruton were ruined. My father worked himself to death to pay off the debt, and all I have in the world is about £200 and a factory that no one will buy, miles from anywhere. Hob, well, it may make your fortune yet, you never know. Jan, oh, no, Hob, there's no hope of that. It cost £50,000 to build, and I should think I was lucky if I were offered £5,000 for it. Hob, I've got an idea. Jan, what is it? Hob, I'm not going to tell you just yet, it may come to nothing, but I want you to promise me that you will not sell that factory. Jan, unfortunately, I'm not likely to have the chance. Hob, never mind. Will you promise me that you will not sell without first telling me? It's really very important. Jan, very well, Hob, I promise, though I don't understand it at all. Hob, never mind, you will someday. I must go now. I'll see you later, goodbye. Jan, goodbye. Hob goes out. I wonder what idea he has got in his head now. Pedro, he's a good-hearted fellow, but I've not much faith in any of his ideas. But never mind Hob, let's come back to you. Do you think that you would really like a doctor's life? Personally, I shouldn't like it at all. Jan, there's nothing I should like better. Pedro, wouldn't you find the work very tiring? You would be out all day 6 or 7 days a week, and you would never be sure of getting a good night's sleep. Jan, oh, I know all that, but that wouldn't worry me, I like hard work. Pedro, how much do you think it would cost to do the training? Jan, I don't quite know, 3 or 4,000 pounds, perhaps. But it's no use talking about it anymore, it can't happen now and I must get on with some other work. Pedro, I'm not so sure about that. Look here, I have much more money than I need, and if you would like the loan of the money, I should be very pleased to lend it to you. You could pay me back any time, so much a year when you are earning money, I shouldn't be in any hurry for it. Jan, Pedro, I don't know how to thank you, it sounds too good to be true, but I can't take all that money from you. Pedro, nonsense. I'm only too glad to be able to help you. Besides, you are not taking it from me, you are going to pay it all back. Of course, before we can do anything I shall have to see my lawyer, but I don't think there will be any difficulty at all. Jan, if it could be arranged I should feel life was worth living again. I would work day and night to repay you. Pedro, oh, I know you would, that's all right. Here's Mr. Priestley and the others, it's time for the lesson. Don't say a word about this to any of the others. And now let's go and see Mr. Priestley, he's waiting for us. Exercises. Exercise 1. Use the following words and phrases in sentences. Ever since, into partnership, fortune. Out of the question, capital, it's no use. The fact of the matter, disadvantage, faith. Current, authority, loan. Miles from anywhere, eagerly, pay me back. Exercise 2. Use the following groups of words to make sentences. You may add other words and change the order. You may have to change the tense of some of the verbs. 1. Father, partnership, go, Anthony Bruton, captain, at cricket. 2. Like, doctor, want, school, leave. 3. Never, money, hope, enough, that. 4. Use, twice, light, give, half, current. 5. Life, lose, wreck. 6. Capital, sink, plan, factory, build. 7. Beautiful, square, land, disadvantage, railway. 8. Promise, want, sell, factory. Dear friends, thank you for watching our channel and learning English with us. Subscribe. And we wish you great luck in achieving your goals.